Hello, everyone. How's it going? How are we? How are we? How is everything? Happy Pride! Holy shit, Pride Month started. We're back. We're oh my god, my lights. They're still. Hold on. I cannot talk about Pride Month and then have blue lights behind me. Hold on. We're fixing this. Give me like 2 seconds. Happy Monday, everyone. How are you guys? How was the weekend? How have you guys been? Okay, wait, hold on. We're changing it from blue. I have a blue for Raimi. So that's my Sunday D&D character. There we go. Turn the lights gay. Kristoff, welcome back for your 25th stream in a row, buddy. Also, Lukage is instantly in here telling me to hydrate. I do not have nearly enough water to like palate cleanse in between all of these snacks. I'm so excited for this, by the way. You guys have no idea. So essentially, hi, if you're new here, welcome. A friend of mine, not a friend, I guess technically the mod of the Twitch stream and also of the Discord, sent me a whole ass box, and I'm pretty sure this came to my PO box, but I'm gonna try not to dox ya, BB. But a whole ass box of snacks, mostly Hawaiian, a couple Chinese, a lot of like Oreos and 2 whole bags of chips and things like that. And you guys might not know this if you're newer on the stream, but a long time ago I was doing like taste testing streams all the fucking time. This crunching is gonna get so annoying. I am so sorry. But I went so far as to do like taste testing of various types of snacks, of oh my gosh, of MREs. We did MREs that we made like full on stream, and it was a little bit chaotic. Turns out they don't really give you a place to stand up the water-filled thingy when you fill it with water. I made it work. Your Bud Dank, welcome back for your 55th stream in a row. Holy shit. We also have Mr. Max Taylor's version who resubbed. Welcome back. We also have people contributing various forms of bits for what I'm assuming is a new thing that I'm not familiar with when it comes to Twitch, because why does it look like a bear? This is super new to me, but Jarek says an ass box, a whole one? A whole one. Square and everything. But let's see. Clay Tony says anyone caught being straight will be immediately reported to the FBI. Bisexuals, you're fine, but you're on thin ice. I'll take what I can get. But yeah, hello, happy Pride, everyone. Welcome to June. It is Gay Pride Month, Queer Pride Month. Obviously, get ready for next month where, you know, gay wrath comes into play. Gay gluttony starts right now. Christoph said new bits things feels very TikTok live. I know, and I'm not a huge fan of the way TikTok live is. I'm so sorry for those watching on TikTok. I'm very aware that you're here, and trust me, I get it. It's very much not the way I'm used to Twitch being, but whatever. It's the new age of content, or whatever the fuck. Johnny says, what's this about bisexuals? No, we're fine, we're good. Let's see, Mr. Max Taylor's version. I'm gonna get you on the board. This is the same board from last week because it says Flavortown citizens, and I thought that was appropriate. So I decided to keep it. So if you see your name on here already from last week, hi, welcome back. Glad you could join us again. Move this a little closer. So that way you guys can kind of see it, and I'm gonna zoom in my camera so you can also see me. Mr. Max, let me toss you on the board up at the top here for being the first one in. Mr. Max Taylor's version. Thank you so much for the sub. There's no apostrophe there. Version. Welcome in, welcome back. And then hello to everyone watching over on YouTube as well. Your Bud Dank says gay lust is definitely October. Yeah, if you're a coward, normally it's all year round. No, October is 100% a thing. New Mel, hi, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Matchroom says, oh, should we start gifting? I don't know, dude. I'm just here to eat. 90% of my motivation to do snack streams, by the way, is A, so people will send me cool snacks that I've never tried before that I don't have access to, because I live in central fucking Oregon. It's like a desert out here when it comes to anything that's not pub food. And so I always have a policy where if someone gifts me food, it has to be prepackaged. You can't make it yourself. Oh my god, Batchstrom gifted 5 community sub gifts? Holy shit, thank you so much. Nubo says, much trade such people. Hi, Namel. Also, Jarek says, happy Pride, but it's also Scoliosis Awareness Month, you know, because it's not straight. Batchstrom, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Let me put you in over here. Magistrum, let's see, 94. 94. I'm gonna do a little times 5. And then try not to, oh my gosh, I'm trying to wipe away everyone else's hard work from last week. Here we are. We have again as times 5. Thank you so much for the gifted sub. Oh my god, Cash Cow also gifted one. We also have a couple bits. I really don't know what this bit thing is, and I don't know why it says level 0. Kind of a diminution of your guys' generous gifts, but I appreciate it. I will let you know as soon as I figure out what the hell Twitch is doing. Oh my god, Cash Cow gifted 5 community sub gifts. Oh my god, okay, wait. Cash Cow, our lovely mod, I'm gonna put you in sideways. Cash Cow times 6 total. Thank you so much for being here and moderating, because I'm gonna be so for real. I'm gonna be absorbed with these snacks. Dude, I also did my nails for this. Hold on, can you guys see? I did spiky nails this time. They're different from the normal ones. They look like teeth. Nom 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 nom. I'm so excited. Nimel says, happy Pride to all the Pride people. Remember, you're loved. You always will be. Absolutely, especially on my channel. Keshkel said I had to get us a sub goal. Oh shit, are we at the sub goal already? Am I not paying attention at all? Hold on, where's my stream elements? Holy shit, yeah, we hit the goal. We're at 12 out of, I just got here, dude. Oh man. Okay, I reset it. We're at 20 now. Thank you so much to everyone who subbed. Klepto Ferret also says, also, of course, I joined and snacks are getting mentioned. Yeah, so if you didn't see my post, we have a fuck ton of snacks that were gifted to us by DBCU. I don't know if DB's here yet. DB, are you here? I thought I saw your name pop up. But Red Hood says it's almost my birthday month as well. Hey, nice. Happy early birthday. Luke says sub goal is gone. Switch goal is Dom. Switch goal is next. Dom goal after. Jesus Christ. So yeah, we got gifted a fuck ton of DBs here. DB, hello. I read your note on the unboxing thing. Thank you so much. There was also a slightly, I'm gonna take it as flippant comment about my intolerance of spice. Apparently there's something in here that's not like spicy, but it's like tahine, where it's like Swedish a little bit. Kashka said, I'm fine with sharing the month, but it's Pride Month and Kashkal's Pride Month. It's my birthday month. Hey, guys, oh my God, everyone say an early happy birthday to Kashkal. Please, oh my God, our lovely mod absolutely deserves it. I also wanna make sure this box is pointed in a way that it can't possibly dox you, DB, so I'm gonna put it like this. And then, let's see. Okay, we have a lot of snacks here. We have so many. I'm gonna go through a brief overview real fast. Nubal says, lucky, I just stopped snacking because I'm on antibiotics for strep throat. You can't snack on antibiotics? What the fuck kind of fucked ass fucking medication? I knew you couldn't you can't drink and take probiotics or something, right? I have no idea how modern medicine works. But that's fucked that you can't snack. You also said to have an empty stomach. Oh, it's in prep for, oh, I see what you mean. Everyone's saying happy birthday, Cash Cal. Yeah, everyone say happy birthday to the mod. Also, Cash Cal just cheered 100 bits. And Tech Milk, welcome in, thanks for the follow. We also had Husky who wants me to hydrate before we get started. Absolutely. Speaking of fancy snacks and things, today's Waterloo flavor is the raspberry, or the huckleberry cobbler one. I think we had this last week. There was also a lemon ice one. I'm gonna be so real, the lemon ice one was just lemon. Brina, hi! BBG Brina is here. Everyone say hello. Bane Shadow says I still feel like I'm an imposter. Oh, it's my second Pride Month after moving from ally to member. Hey, dude, I love the ally to member pipeline. Everyone's like, oh guys, I'm just such a really big ally. That woman is really hot, though. I could tell you my whole coming out story, or my whole discovery story. I guess the difference between when I found out I was queer versus coming out as queer was a solid couple years. I want to say 2 years, because I didn't realize what it meant. I don't know, I'm also from Oregon. It's kind of implied up here. Klepto Ferret says, if you like ciders, you need to find the Ace Guava cider. Ace Guava. I feel like I've tried Ace's pineapple cider. And it's really good, actually, and also really cheap. But New Mouse says, also, at least on what I'm on, you can drink, but it's not advised as it lessens the effectiveness. Oh yeah, you don't want to fuck around with antibiotics too. Antibiotics, if you're European and therefore wrong. Mirax says, apparently all my computer needs to do to update to Windows 11 was have its BIOS updated. That's it? That's not bad, that's easy to do. Also, Vane Shadow says, sorry, it was the opposite for me. I figured out I'm ace, so it was the other way. Oh, I get what you mean. Okay. Marathon is on a 10th stream in a row, waiting for 90 more. And with that, let's probably hop into it. I'm just gonna do, like I said, a brief overview of all this stuff, because there's a lot here. And let me know if you guys recognize any of these, and if you have tried them before. If you have, give me your initial opinions, because if anything, despite being an influencer, I'm widely influenced. If you tell me that it's bad, I'll probably believe you and immediately think it's bad upon trying. That being said, I don't anticipate any of these will be bad. This one is, I think it's 8 bananas. Which is ginger and garlic sweet potato chips. I want to say 8 banas, 8 baras. Is there there's no other label. There's nothing that's actually typed as opposed to stylized, so I can't, oh no, I don't know how to pronounce it. But we have essentially ginger and garlic chips that are made from sweet potato. We also have normal potato chips that are Korean barbecue flavor, which is fucking crazy. We don't even have Korean barbecues as a concept where I'm from in Bend. So I've been to Korean barbecues, but this is I don't know, I've never had a Korean barbecue flavored anything except for actual Korean barbecue, I guess. DB says 8 baras. 8 baras. Got it. Or ate baras? I don't know. Lucas says it's an actual food stream for once. Gonna have to look at the about the derail poll for that one. Yes. There are a couple Chinese snacks in here as well. We have what look to be wild berry Oreos, or perhaps like mixed berry. It's strawberry and blueberry from what it looks like. Super pretty packaging, because of course they put way more effort into how everything looks compared to our plain ass fucking normal just Oreo containers, except with a slightly different picture of something posed next to a normal ass Oreo. Anyway, speaking of normal ass Oreos, I get really mad about packaging. I studied marketing exactly. Well, I have a minor in, God, what do you call it? Sales. Don't use it, as you can tell. Jayhawk says the only Korean barbecue we have is the sauce you can get on KFC nuggets. Really? Wait. Oh, I thought you meant they have actual Korean barbecue like sauce for KFC, and I'm like, that sounds like the least Kentucky thing I've ever heard in my life. Jarek says ass Oreos, normal ones. I believe these are normal Oreos. They might be some sort of like special cream that I can't quite tell. I guess I could Google Translate it using my phone, but I'm lazy and I prefer the surprise, so we're gonna do that. We also have what are called honey balls, and I have no context as to what this is. It looks like almost like an oyster cracker, but puffy, and there's a fuck ton of them in here. I don't know if you're supposed to eat these with something or if it's just like a straight snack, or like, it looks like cereal, if I'm being honest. It's like whitewashed Reese's. Your Red Dank says Korean barbecues are only legal in the US South and no North Korean barbecues. Also, Johnny Infamous says I'm going to Japan next year and I'm so ready. Dude, that should be fun. Okay, we also have pineapple gummy bears. There's a couple pineapple things in here. So these are pineapple gummy bears that are actually shaped like gummy bears. And then we also have mini 3D gummy pineapples, which are, and I pointed this out on my video from when I was posting about this being a thing. Ecos de Taverna, welcome in. Thanks for the follow. Same with Tech Milk. These look like those little like air freshener beads that you have in your bathroom that are like brightly colored and things like that. Tech Milk says easily influenced in case they all taste amazing and will just get better. Yeah, I'm influenced in every direction. None of which are good for my self-worth, I guess. Benamir says honey balls are my childhood. You tried them? These things? So you just eat them straight, right? I'm assuming. Nefra says they look like roasted marshmallow cereal. They really do. I hope they taste like that. Numel says a horse walks into a bar and asks for a drink. As the bartender pours the drink, he asks, do you think you might be an alcoholic? To which the horse responds, I don't think I am, and disappears. You see, it's a joke based on Descartes' famous theory, I think therefore I am, but I've explained that first, I'd be putting Descartes before the horse. God damn it. That's not gonna translate well. Please read that yourself if you don't get the joke, because me reading it aloud is not gonna help, but I appreciate it. Jarek also says the Oreos are probably a different recipe because a lot of American ingredients are illegal in other countries. Yeah, isn't like red dye 40 or something illegal? And then something like that? I don't know. I'm not a food blogger. I'm just a food enthusiast. Also, I'm gonna be scratching the entirety of the stream. I went camping and I came home covered in so many fucking mosquito bites. It's unreal. We also have we also have squeeze bites, squeeze and bites, which are, I guess, like these little, they're like lychee pudding cups where you squeeze on one side and then you kind of like get the material out. I'll pull one of these out properly when we try it. There's also sour Skittles. I'm curious to see if these are different than like our normal American Skittles because they don't seem to have the powdered coating that we have. So I'm kind of excited about that. Daniel T. Brendan says, if you want good Korean barbecue, Portland's only 2.5 hours away. 2.5 fucking hours for dinner. I do it. I think I have done it before, actually. I went up to meet my mom and she was like, let's go to Korean barbecue. We also have Lee Hing powder packets, which are what DB said might be closest to being spicy. They look a lot like tahini packet, or like little, not even tahini, but like, what's that one sweet chili powder candy that we have in Mexico? I can't fucking remember. It's my own culture. I'm ashamed, but it's a lot more powdery. It's not as granular. And I don't 100% know if you're supposed to eat, oh, it has red dye 40. Speaking of which, I don't know if you're supposed to like eat it straight or like put it on something or just like straight snort it. I guess we'll find out. Mirax says, so I have you on my phone and also on both screens of my computer. One is your YouTube stream. This is chaotic. YouTube is 20 seconds behind Twitch. Thank God, because YouTube's honestly probably the one I have to keep an eye on the most. Waxor over on YouTube, by the way, said that the blueberry Oreo goes hard. And Zafir says tamarind. Oh yeah, we have tamarind powder in Mexico. This one is made of prunes, it looks like, with salt, sugar, licorice, aspartame. Oh, interesting. So it's from Hawaii, made in Thailand. There's a frog. Oh, this is so cute. Thank you, DB. This is a little gift snack box from our lovely mod that comes with a little frog. I'm gonna put him over here so he can watch. And then we also have sweet potato chips. These got a little crushed. but they're called Hawaii Island sweet potato chips from the same company that made the other 2 bags of chips. These are massive by comparison, by the way. I'm gonna finish these in like 3 months. Let's see. New says, have you watched the new Lilo and Stitch yet? No, I hear Lilo gets taken away by CPS or some shit. I heard it was fucked. I don't know if that's true though. I haven't seen it. And no one ever marks their spoilers, me included, I guess, but watch it for yourself before you take that. The internet could have been fucking with me. I also fully believed that he said it's Morbin time in the fucking Morbius movie for a long time, so. We also have mango cakes. I'm excited about these. These are like normal, I'm hoping they're like soft cakes that have mango filling, because that would be super cool. I could go for a soft cake. And then there's more cakes, I think. Yeah, macadamia nut shortbread cookies, sorry. Which honestly, the packaging on this, immaculate. I want my merch to look like this, and I don't know how to but like without the maximalism, it's like a minimalist version of that. We also have ube with coconut shortbread, which looks really fucking delicious. I do like ube stuff. There was a thing where Trader Joe's had this like massive push for ube stuff absolutely all over the place, and they had the best ube ice cream, and it was honestly really good. But Silent Brook says, I haven't seen it either. I also heard that and I don't know what to believe. Good luck. Also, DBCU said the new Lilo and Stitch is horrific and Native Hawaiians have been encouraging people not to see it for months. Really? Is it that bad? Also, DBCU said you use Li Hing more or less on the same as tahine on fresh fruit, candy, etc. Oh, okay. I'll try and find a way to use it. I'll try it straight though. If it's usable on candy, I can definitely do like just a little dip with a pinky and like rub it in the gums, you know. Speaking of candy, it's covered in things. There's Li Hing watermelon here, which is branded as most likely to succeed. So I guess this is an example of what that powder is like when it's on a gummy, and it's on little watermelon gummies. So I'm eager to try that. There's also 2 more boxes in here. We have Big Island Candies, which has macadamia nut shortbread, and this is a fancy little box. And it's also heavy. This thing is dense. There's also Big Island pineapple shortbread. So a lot of pineapple themed things today. I don't really know what to do first. I feel like we should do the chips first, maybe? Put this over here for trash. Fuck, I'm excited. Actually, we should do the Oreos first, because those are probably most likely to be close to what we have at home, right? And I kind of want to go like more and more different as we go along. So let's start with the normal, what might be normal Oreos, or perhaps higher quality Oreos. Natster says, have we tasted any yet, or were we going through what was in the box? We're just going through what's in the box. So that was just like a brief overview. You're just in time. We're about to start off with what looked like some, I believe, Chinese variant of Oreo, and it's got, I'm not entirely sure what makes it different, to be honest. Oh, it comes in little single serving packets. Oh, yeah, by the way, I will warn you, I live in a very high elevation area, so anytime someone sends me anything that's like a food, snack, it gets all puffed up and potentially becomes explosive. That's just because I live in a really high elevation zone. If you walk down the aisle of a grocery store in Bend, Oregon, the chip aisle, all the bags look like this, like they are puffy. Silent Brick says it's kind of cool. It is pretty cool, honestly. But Daniel T. Brendan says I'm still too hung up on the new Dumbledore being American to pay attention to other bad reboots. There's been a rash of them lately. Dude, the new fucking John Wick movie, Ballerina, comes out soon. If that's bad, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be so mad. Cashel said get more air for your buck. Okay. They smell? Oh, hello? They smell like normal Oreos, but more chocolatey. Like, you can smell the chocolate. You can't normally smell it that strongly off a basic Oreo, but it looks like it's normal. It's not like double stuff or anything like that. There is the Oreo package. Here it is, right side up. Because I know how to stream. I don't have any milk. My milk expired like 3 months ago. I think it's still in the fridge. We're not gonna try that. This is not a fucking hospital speed run, okay? I just got my own insurance as a 26-year-old and I'm not looking to test it this fast. But cheers. Okay, it tastes like a normal Oreo. I will say the chocolate is better. It tastes a little less plasticky. I don't think I taste any difference in the cream, and I'm not 100% sure if I'm hallucinating or if it's just because I'm usually the type of girl who gets like the mega stuff Oreos, so anything compared to the mega stuff that I normally get here is probably not the... It probably tastes like nothing by comparison to that. Sir Manwich says, I'm sorry, what, 3 months? Listen, I told myself that I would get milk for like tea and stuff like that. I proceeded to not drink tea for like 3 months. And at least it's cheap. But the community said 25 hearts. Oh man, with Night Frost in #1 place, bringing us to level 2 of some bit meter? I don't know. This is all new to me. Egos, welcome in. Same with Normcool. Hello, hello. Also, Numel says, did you know Lilo and Stitch actually have a conlang for the show? What is that? And even some swears? Really? Stitch swears in the new movie? Jesus Christ. Good crunch. Kind of just like a normal Oreo, though, I will say. Constructed language. Oh. Wait, so they made Stitch have an alien language, but they actually, like, created it? Is that what we're saying? Numel says one of the things he says is so bad that while it has a translation, they won't tell us. Oh my god, Stitch calls someone a slur in the new movie? Jarek says Stitch always swore in the alien language. Yeah. Listen, if I was an alien that just got fucking exiled from my home planet, dragged into a little kid's home, and then fucking, like, absolutely disowned by the kid's older sister, I would be swearing up a storm too. Okay, so it's like a constructed language like Valyrian or Sindarin. Oh, so they actually have translations for everything. Droidian says he says it early on and someone throws up. And then also, Gantu calls Stitch a slur constantly in the new TV show. Jesus. Okay, normal Oreo. Normal start. I'd say we hop on over to the new fancier Oreos, what look to be the blueberry raspberry ones. You can kind of see, I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see, it actually has a raised texture on the like label here. And from what I can tell, it has a bunch of different like structures as potential, I guess, like stamps on the cookies itself. Let's see. HG, thanks for gifting a sub. Oh my gosh. Also, Jordan says that the original movie is what I'm remembering. Haven't seen the new one. In the original opening, Stitch says something so vile that the robot Galactic Council member threw up bolts and one other one passed out. Jesus. No wonder he was fucking exiled. I'm kind of on their side now. Why did they want to kill him in the original movie? Because he was like just an escaped experiment, right? I don't know. Jarek says fancy packaging is always nice. Yeah, I feel like it really sells it. HT, let me put you on the board as well. H_T. Here we are. Can you see that? Is that too high? It's slightly too high. I'm so sorry. Tor Seeker, hi! Welcome in. Numel says he was an illegal experiment created by Jumba. Oh, so he was an immigrant? And then he was hurling around slurs and getting yanked off of planets? I don't know anything. Listen, I didn't watch Disney movies growing up. HG says I'm always too high. It was like fully not a part of my like childhood. And so I actually talked about it recently on a podcast, which should be coming out later this week, where I was talking to the lovely Tanner Azanaro of Bows and Fables, who was interviewing me, and he was like, yeah, how do you always make such morally gray characters? And I was like, I never saw any absurdly like, you know, evil and overtly good characters ever, because I didn't watch Disney growing up, so, you know, it's pretty easy for me. Tora Seeker says greetings. Hi, and let's see, Jarek says he was an illegal genetic experiment. Oh, he was intended to be a weapon? That explains the multiple arms thing. But he doesn't seem like he does much as a weapon. Do you have any powers? The ultimate bioweapon death machine for the lulz, apparently. So that's why he was created by Jumba. He wasn't an immigrant till he got to Hawaii. Got it. Okay, here's the, sorry, this is taking forever to open because I just did my nails. I don't want to destroy them. I should also show you the interior packaging is really cute. It has like the little pink bits and what appear to be, what are those? Oh yeah, it's just like little blueberries and raspberries. Mperk says there's a 10-second lag between Twitch and the Red app. Oh man, that's okay. I'm cool with that. Pit Wizard, also on the Red app on YouTube, says, I tried one of those bizarro Chinese Oreos, peach and grape or something like that. Tasted kind of like soap. Really? That sounds amazing though. Oh, I feel like that would be sick. Okay, so here's the, I feel like I should crack it open, right? See if it actually shows up split in half like it did on the label. If I was good at it, you could see a little bit better. The lighting is not fantastic, but you can kind of see that split between the pink and the blue. Whoa. Oh my god. It tastes like straight bubblegum. I feel like I'm just gonna have chocolate covered bubblegum with this. Huh. Benji says, Hess, I made it in time for the actual food stream. Hello! You did! So we only tried a, like, normal Oreo so far, and then we're currently trying these, like, raspberry blueberry ones. The inside does look like the packaging, but with a little bit less. Oh, I forgot to show you guys the cookie itself. There we go. After a slight geological issue, this is what a building would look like, I'm assuming. But the inside's, like, yeah, the inside alone tastes exactly like Hubba Bubba bubblegum. The, like, really fruity stuff that is very sweet. It's honestly a lot sweeter than I thought it'd be. Hi, Legend. Clay Tony says, 100% take a trip to the Liberty Station Public Market Week to TwitchCon this year to get some international Oreos and other fun things at the candy store. Definitely not because my friends run that place. Dude, if it's not far from the convention center, if it's within walking distance, I'll be there. Because I guess I need a bigger suitcase because I bring a lot of stuff back from TwitchCon anyway. Interesting. I kind of expected it to taste like a chocolate-covered blueberry or chocolate-covered raspberry. Instead, it just tastes like chocolate and extremely artificial fruit. It's not bad. It's not bad. I think if you like sweet things and you enjoy fruity artificial flavors, it could be really good for you, especially if you like Oreos as is. I don't know if it's my first choice, though. I feel like I expected more real fruit. But I should try a strawberry Oreo sometime. I feel like that'd be pretty fucking solid. I like it though. Oh my god, Hunter's Corner, hi! Welcome back! I'll put you in over here. Also, Dr. Norp is back. I will also say the flavor gets a lot better as you chew it a little bit more. Maybe initial impressions are the best thing to go on. Also, Kristen's Epic Adventure over on TikTok says, I just got a ticket to your panel with Dungeon Dudes at Gen Con. Amazing, awesome, I'll see you guys there. If they let me to, whenever panels are over, especially at Gen Con, I usually like to go out and like say hi to people in the hallway or in the room if they don't kick us out. That entirely depends on who's running the show though. Like if it's full of a bunch of celebrities and the celebrities are like, yeah, I need to like sneak out the back, I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to set that precedent. Hatch's Corner wants me to hydrate, which is a good call, so I can do a little palate cleanser. Lady KT, welcome in. Hello, hello. But not bad. Shadow says I'll be at TwitchCon this year too. Yeah, hi Shadow. Saying popping in before a meeting. I know, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you. Do you know if Jonathan's coming again? I couldn't 100% remember what he told me. He said he wasn't 100% sure where he'd be staying, and so I don't know if that meant he wasn't coming. I don't know. Also, Mr. Max says, can I tell you about a great D&D creature my friend came up with? Absolutely. And Solo Studios just subbed with Prime. Thank you, Solo. Shadow says he is going to be at TwitchCon. Oh, fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Awesome. I'll see you guys both there. Also, thank you so much for the little chrome dino. That was the cutest thing ever. I love it to death. That was very sweet. Also, Solo Studios, I'm going to put you on the board as well up here. Solo Studios, welcome to Flavor Town. Can you see that? I'm assuming it looks a little bit better on full screen. But Jordan also says, if everyone went only on initial impressions, I'd always be single. Fucking same, dude. I look so different than I did. Now everyone goes off initial impressions and they find out who I am and they're like, you do what on the internet? But back in the day, my God, I've done a lot of work on myself. Next up are, oh man. Oh wow, these are like vibrant. These look like Cheetos have been, this looks like what a Cheeto would look like if I told an alien to draw a Cheeto and I just described it to them without them ever actually seeing it. Ishi says you look better than Guy Fieri. Ah, thank you. So these are the Liloki macadamia nut shortbread cookies. So they're, oh my God, they're passion fruit? I didn't see that. Guys, I love passion fruit. Little known fact, passion fruit is like one of my favorite things. If they have like passion fruit, ice cream and tarts and like pastries and things like that, it's 100% like one of my favorite flavors. Lily Koi, which is Hawaiian for passion fruit. Thank you, DB. Oh my God, okay. Oh. Ooh. Oh. It smells really good. It smells definitely strongly like shortbread. I'm gonna hold it up as if you guys can smell it. And it smells really fresh, honestly. It doesn't smell like it's, you know, super preserved or in plastic or anything. But Jordan says people don't need to know what anyone does on the internet. True. I'm gonna grab a little slice here. It's very crumbly, so I'm gonna try not to do the Nature Valley granola bar thing where I get crumbs all inside my PC, because my PC is right underneath where my camera is. But, yeah. Oh, it smells good. Jarek says, I've never seen passion fruit ice cream. You're missing out, dude. Passion fruit gelato and stuff too. Also, Mr. Max says, so my friend's monstrosity was called the Disruptor Cthulhu. It was a mix of a disruptor creature and a cow and a mind flayer, which had tentacles for her face. You know what's wild too? Is that it is 100% plausible because the mind flayers have specifically tried to like go out of their way to make every other creature mind flayer-esque. And so they've tried to do like the experiments where they drop their little worm tadpoles into various types of creatures. So that's 100% a real and scary and viable thing. Crazy Monkey says eating at your PC is one thing, but over it. I'm displaced from it. I'm keeping it away, I promise. But all right, let's try these passion fruit shortbread cookies real fast. They're good. Those are really good. They're sweet, but they're not like overwhelmingly tart the same way that passion fruit normally is. It's like very measured. It's crunchy. You can taste the macadamia nuts in it, and that gives it like a solid amount of texture. This is good. This is solid. You know how sometimes you get a shortbread cookie and you're like, I need to dip this in coffee or something else? Not with this. This is just straight amazing. Nonster says number one to beat. Absolutely so far. 1000%. Yeah, once again, this is the brand. Highly recommend. It's also got a whole story on the back. Nestled on a lush 4-acre tropical estate south of Hawaii Volcanoes National Park on a plantation town of Nalehu. I'm not gonna be able to pronounce that. But, oh, they have a whole like, not like factory I guess, but a whole area where people can sample their sweetbreads and other fresh baked treats and then wander through their grounds. I bet it's so pretty out there. Oh man, this tastes like vacation. That's really nice. Oh, hey! Skulder! Hi! Thank you so much for our gifted subs! Also, Nonster says Diana 420, our goal. Wait, what about the goal? What about 420? Oh, should I change it? I guess I should, because Skulder just gifted 5 subs. Thank you so much, Skulder. Wait, let me test your name on the board with a little 5 next to it. Thank you so much. Mr. Max says it was the Disruptor Cthulhu was a last minute one-shot enemy last week, and it was fun to fight. That sounds really fun, especially because you can genuinely combine stat blocks like that, where if you take any part of a D&D stat block and switch out any ability for any other ability from another creature, as long as it's within relatively the same CR or scaled up to be the same CR, it's 100% a valid creature. So Shadow's heading out. Have a fun meeting, Shadow. And then Skulder, thank you so much for the subs. What did you in? Here we are. ×5 over here. Hopefully that's a little bit easier to see. And then Zyblex is here as well, who has just followed. Welcome in, Zyblex. How are you? Good to see you. Oh man, this is solid. I feel like I want to try the mango cake next. I don't know. Zyblex says, had to follow because of your consistent graphical design. It's like you found a nice set of dice and just committed. I actually got a branding package done. If you're talking about like the general aesthetic of, you know, my house and shit and the stream and whatnot, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I had a branding package commissioned a little while ago. You guys can see it on, I don't have my business cards changed yet, but every once in a while, if you look at like the YouTube channel and at my thumbnails and things like that, that has been, you know, something that I had, you know, paid someone to help out with. So you'll be seeing that more and more as time goes on. I'm still kind of converting the stream layout. There's a couple more assets I haven't used here, but I'm working on it. Solo Studio says, I haven't seen a snack stream since the gummy worm fiasco. Dude, that gummy worm stream, I saved it. I have yet to go through and make clips of it. My God, I'm so excited to. Jordan also says, anyone who preps more than 20 minutes before a session is wild to me. Who has the time? I'm running on alcohol, anxiety, improv, and vibes. Well, I shouldn't thumbs up that as a D&D influencer, but like I do the exact same fucking thing. I do prep a lot though, I will say. I do a stupid amount of prep, like years worth of prep, but I do mostly like improvise, you know, descriptions and character speech nowadays and things like that. PO3 Panda, hi, welcome in. AMM Tallman says, a stream snack attack, indeedy. Next up, we are trying some, oh God, I thought there was a bug on me. Artificially flavored mango cake, which is described as delicious pastry with mango stuffing. And honestly, I hope it's soft. That's all I'm hoping for. It looks, oh man. I have no idea how big it is either based off of, oh, there's so many. Oh, whoa. Oh, it's like a little bite-sized thing. Thank God, because I have the teeniest stomach capacity known to man, so there's only so much of a, you know, taste test stream that I can reasonably do. So this is snack number 4 out of God knows how many. Pit Wizard says ADHD game prep represent. Oh my gosh, yeah, you're right at home here, Pit Wizard. Lead Sailboat says Flavortown Citizens is delightfully unhinged. Yeah, I mean, I can't, it's not an official citizenship. I am not Guy Fieri. I can't grant that. You know, I can't do the whole like hand wave, like I dub the citizen of Flavortown thing. I'm not ordained in that manner, but you know, for funsies. Let's see. New Mal also says, reminds me of when I threw a Nalfishni at my old group, because every time they saw an obelisk, usually from Deck of Many Things Chaos, they made an assumption. So eventually, after another Deck of Many Things pull, I made it actually a Nalfishni. Jesus. I love the self-fulfilling prophecies that players have where they say like, oh my god, be careful of that thing. Like, I bet it's like this thing that I know about from the monster manual, and the DM is just like, I mean, it wasn't, but like it is now, I guess. Like, roll initiative. It's my favorite thing. Nestor says, does anyone else see a red dot on Diana ever so often when the white box is behind her? Or do I have a dead pixel? You don't have a dead pixel. It's my, I'm pretty sure it's my camera or something to do with the way it routes through OBS. Something is, I don't know. I've changed this cable so many times that at this point, is it right here? It's like right around here-ish, right? Yeah, so it shows up on Discord and everything too. I've tried cleaning off my camera. It's not a thing. It's the other side. Oh yeah, it's the other side here because of, sorry, when I'm on Discord is when I see it, and so it's mirrored. It goes away when she changes scenes. Really? So if I go to like this, it's gone. Definitely the camera. Yeah, sorry. It's a very pricey camera too, so it's gonna stay there. I'll make a little like parking lot or something for it in the overlay at some point, but how is this snack? Says Johnny Infamous. This is the mango cake. It's not as soft as I thought. It's like a little squishy. It's kind of like a hardened sponge cake, but we'll see. We'll do a little bite. Yeah. Oh, it's like a Fig Newton. Exact same consistency, exact same like filling on the inside where it's not like, you know, running out or anything. Except way fucking better than Fig Newton. My god, if you like mango instead of fig. 10 out of 10. Lucas says Mango Newton. Yeah. It doesn't taste super strongly of mango. It's not like juicy or anything. It's still pretty dry. So highly recommend, like, yeah, Johnny Infamous just wants me to hydrate. Exactly. It's very dry, but it's really good. And it's not as like dense and not as like, it doesn't feel like you're eating figs for the sake of your digestion. It's not very fibrous, if that makes sense. But I think it's good. I think it's probably not as good as the passion fruit cookies, but I think it's a close second. So there's the label once again, if you guys wanted to see. I think it's really solid. I feel like it'd be great dipped in something, but it's a fluffy fig. It is, it's slightly fluffier. Same like filling consistency. Mango Newton with tea says Zyblex. Yeah, I think it would slap with the right tea. TNC, hello. Oh my god. The crumbs, my computer. No one tell the Knicks. It's okay, it didn't go near it. It's, my keyboard is fucked. Computer's fine. But, let's see. Nasser says I'm gonna have to start a rumor that is actually a sniper trying to take Diana out. Now I can't unsee it. I'm 100% gonna like add a little white box in the overlay that just says like sniper target or something like that. But, I knew Snoozer, hello, welcome in. Also Drodane, thank you for the gifted sub. Ah, thank you. Oh my god. Also, Jayhawk says somebody clip that and save it for the next time Diana has computer problems. So today, I'll tell you guys, I finally got a new laptop for my day job. I do have a day job, and I've had the same laptop since I started working for them, which was basically right out of college. So for about 3 years now, 2-3 years, and year one, like within the first couple months of having it, I was on this streak of having Monster energy drinks instead of caffeine pills every single morning to wake up and, you know, get to my boring corporate job of insert job here that I'm not actually gonna say because I don't want to dox myself and it's a small industry. And I spilled like half my Monster right on the keyboard. And then I just had to fucking deal with it for the next 2.5 to 3 years because my work does not replace laptops that easily. And I finally got a new one like last week. Oh, it's so nice not having to wait 30 seconds for a page to load and 20 seconds to undo the fucking mistakes from typing that I did. Oh my god, it's so good. Hi, Bug. Hello. I like this streak of trying cookies and cakes. This is really good. Rodane, here you are. There you are. The hard part of a food stream is keeping up the fucking constant stream of information for all you fucks with ADHD out there, because I hate dead air too. But Hibiscus says, good evening, fellow corporate workers. Corporate, I'm assuming is what you meant. Hello, hello. Also, Daniel says, people in chat should list their favorite tea brands for the benefit of the heretical bean juice drinkers to get some culture. Yeah, I'm not a coffee gal. Andronymous says, I'm a fuck. No, you guys are great. I support you all. If not for your support, I wouldn't have a platform and also wouldn't be justified in talking as fast as I do. Velux says, Harney and Sons, the goat. And Mr. Max says, I'm a proud bean juice drinker. I don't know, I've always been one for Monster Energy drinks. I don't know. Also, Numel says, I'm getting a new computer at work tomorrow. Windows 11 is a mandatory update, but my laptop isn't taking to the update. I mean, at least you're getting a new computer out of it. That's pretty solid. Even if you have to like kind of push them into a corner where you're like, hey, I physically can't do my fucking job unless you get me something new. It's a win either way. But let's see. The next one is, oh God, I already forgot. Was this the pineapple? Okay, so we have Big Island Candies. It says, our promise to you, all of our cookies and chocolates are made using the finest ingredients to ensure that they are of the highest quality. And then it has a number to return them if you feel that they are unsatisfactory. Oh man, okay, I got rid of the label. I'm assuming this is, I think this is the pineapple one. But here we are. So the box is very fancy. This is something I would have out on my desk if I worked in a corporate office, so that way people could come by and like take one if they come and say hello. I would Pavlov people into saying hi to me, by the way. Oh my God, Mperks wants me to do a D&D themed tarot card reading. Yeah, Mperks, let's do it after this cookie. Please remind me if I forget. Also, One Hate Sand, welcome in. Dark Priest, Jacob Jest, hello, hello. Nutzer says mod sponsored snacks is the best. Truly, DB told me that this was coming forever ago and was like, yeah, check your PO box. Like, is there anything that you're allergic to? Like, is it still only prepackaged snacks? And I was like, oh yeah, like, you know, I'm not allergic to that much. I just hate spice food and that's it. And the inside, I was like, oh my God, someone's sending me food. Holy shit. I love these sort of things so much. I used to order, and Casey is thanking Drodane for the gifted sub. Okay, let's see. Jordan says I don't do coffee or tea. I'm the world's worst bisexual. You know, you could do just iced water and still do the little swirly thing that we do with the cups. Okay, am I gonna be able to... Okay, I got it. Here we go. The next cookie, I'm gonna actually toss this bin in the trash, is... Oh, it's very pineapple scented. Do you guys know like pineapple upside down cake? It's the exact same vibe, exact same scent, profile, things like that. I feel like it's a little crunchy. I feel like it's probably meant to be eaten with some variety of hot drink, but I can't imagine what kind of hot drink would go well with pineapple necessarily. Voltor says, are you eating with some nice sparkling water today? I am. It's the Guy Fieri's Flavortown Huckleberry Cobbler. I'm not sponsored by Guy Fieri. I'm just using him for the bit. But yeah, it is indeed pineapple. It smells very pineapple-y. Let's see. Oh. Okay. It tastes exactly like just a dried slice of pineapple, but with a slight buttery aftertaste in like a cookie shortbread sort of way. It doesn't say, or doesn't really taste like much in the cookie realm except for that buttery bit. Mostly just tastes the same as if you were taking like a slice of dried pineapple. And I'm not mad at it because it's a very fancy, like, it's really good. If you like pineapple. If you don't, maybe don't. But yeah, it's like buttery pineapple, but in a good way. So this says for my birthday, I just want to have chat to have a good day / life. Aw, you guys are so sweet, Swiftness. I hope you have a good birthday just in general. Vault Dweller's also here lurking. Hey, Vault Dweller. And Lord Rollout is here. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, this is solid. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Maddie! Hello! We're taste testing food. Hawaiian and Chinese snacks. Everyone say hi to Madaloon. Everyone say hi to Madaloon, Crit Award nominated Dungeon Master for D&D for Dungeons and Demigods. Please go vote for her. The Crit Award second round votes are open, by the way. But TY, thank you for the lurk. And T James, hello, hello. Okay, wait. Let me put this back. I'm gonna hop over to the other one because the other one is macadamia nut shortbread. And I don't think it has any secondary flavor, so it's just normal, right? It's from the same company. No, wait, these are milk chocolate dipped. we go. Nasser says, and before the Crit Awards website goes down. Yeah, should we do a brief Crit Awards? Hold on. critawards.org. Typing with these new nails is rough. Do a brief interim to, yeah, here we go. So if you haven't already, here is the Crit Awards website where you can go and vote. I will note that I am in one or two of these? One or two. Let me see. So there's Best Solo TTRPG. So this is for the actual game itself. Best GM list, TTRPG. Good Soup, I believe, is a friend of ours, so kind of who we're looking at to win. There's also Best One-Page TTRPG, Best Multiplayer TTRPG. I actually did a video for Sync. The Sync team is amazing. I also love the Dungeon Club. I've seen the gas station as part of an actual play. So if you guys ever want to see how any of these actually play out, a decent amount of them have APs behind them. And Dungeon Club actually did our most recent merch here on the channel, so highly recommend checking that out. Let's see, Best Indie TTRPG. We have Best Homebrew Supplemental or Third-Party Content. Best Actual Play. So this is where Maddie is. And also where I am, I guess. So the Hickory Hill Forest Mystery from Beyond the Tavern Wall was a one-shot that I was in. So you can listen to it mostly on Spotify, I believe, but it was really cute. We all played little forest creatures, and it's actually a finalist for Best One-Shot. So I think it's amazing. It was so much fun to be in. We just got to fuck around, and then it got fucking horrifying. So my God, was there a twist. So please go check that out. Be sure to check out everyone, though. Don't just vote because I told you to. Please actually watch things. Even if you have to do it at 2 times speed, make sure you're voting for who you actually believe. Otherwise, it's just it's just a popularity contest, and no one wants that. Best series. Here we are. We have a couple of friends on here. I couldn't begin to throw in some names of who I'm voting for. Best NPC in an actual play. Wait, hold on. Why is there teeny text? What does this say? Did you guys see that? There's a joke in here somewhere. Oh. Oh. I don't 100% know what the joke is, but I appreciate them throwing that in. So best NPC in an actual play. We also have best villain in an actual play. And so there's a couple of villains here that you can choose from. Best utilization of accessibility and safety tools. This is where Maddie is. One of several that Maddie is in. Maddie got nominated for Dungeons & Demigods, having really solid content warnings, so be sure to check that out. Best channels of the year, upcoming YouTube channel is on here. Legacy YouTube channel, so ones that have been active for more than 2 years. Same with Twitch channels, so best upcoming, best legacy. Best of their games of the year. So we have Best Game Master for an indie game, Best Player for an indie game. Best Game Master for Chaosium, Best Player for Chaosium. Haley's on here, who is one of our amazing players in Chains of Asmodeus. Best Game Master for a Darrington game, and then Best Player for a Darrington game. Best Game Master for a Kobold game, Best Player for a Kobold game. Again, a lot of these people are my friends, so I'm to the point that I can't pick one to be like, hey, go check this person out, they're amazing, because all of them are my friends. What Lucas says, I don't have to choose between Maddie and Whitney. Oh no! Shit, that's a good point. Oh, I haven't seen Whitney's stuff personally. Yeah, definitely check out everyone in a category before you vote. Beyond that, it's on you. Best Game Master for a Paizo game, Best Player for a Paizo game, Best Game Master for Paradox Interactive, which is Worlds of Darkness stuff, same with Player. DM for Dungeons & Dragons, which is where Maddie is. Here we are. Best Player of, wow, this is Whitney's last name? I never knew that. Heck yeah. Now I have something to put her in my contacts is. And the Best Player for D&D. We also have podcast stuff, legacy podcast and new podcast, best podcast hosts, best audio and sound design, character artist, creature artist, mini painter, best map designer, best setting description, best dice maker. I fucking love Color Spray Creations. I've talked about her so many fucking, listen, I will 100% say I've worked with the Crimson Nest, I've worked with a couple of these people before. Color Spray does the most innovative stuff ever, and my favorite dice ever come from Color Spray. I will 100% be voting for Color Spray, and there's no secret. As much as I love everyone else, I'm a big fan of dice people, but Color Spray has always been the winner of my heart. They did the viral meat dice forever ago too. But let's see, lyrical song, instrumental song, cover art, fan art, makeup and costume, and then just general best in the TTRPG space. This one gets a little long, but if you haven't already, you can check out all of the categories here. I'm putting that in the chat over there, and you can also just search critawards.org to be able to actually properly vote. So be sure you do that at some point. I can't do that right now because obviously it'd be a little biased and I don't want to sign in. So let's see. Snacks. But let's see. Ibiscuit says, I love the energy in here. It matches my TikTok and ADHD Instagram real brain. That's what we're here for. Speaking of which, we're moving on to the next cookie, the next candy, the next taste test, which is going to be the Big Island Macadamia Nut Shortbread, which is, I can do some ASMR with my new nails. It's macadamia nut shortbread, milk chocolate dipped, net weight 5 ounces, 142 grams for those of you who aren't in freedom units. Sorry, I don't know what, I've never listened to ASMR in my life. I don't know what people do for ASMR shit, but we'll move on and we'll try the next one. Maddie says new nails. Do you feel Bonita? I did them specifically for this stream. I also switched from my coffin tip to like almond tip, and I feel like I could stab someone. I could feel like I could do like a neat little slice and with like surgical precision. If anyone needs a vasectomy, I'll just do a little and then get it taken care of. Almost free of charge, just buy me snacks. So this is for the same company that did the last one. And Notster says anti-freedom units. It's a little bit more tightly packed in, or it's a smaller box, but they're chocolate covered, which I'm kind of excited about. I should really be doing the chocolate covered ones first too, because it's hot as fuck in this room. Lukic says disclaimer, Dinah's not qualified for this medical procedure. Oh, also Kashko said, Dinah, when were you gonna do the Troca deck? Yes, shit, sorry, I'm dropping stuff now, hold on. Yeah, so the D&D themed tarot card deck. Let me do that real fast. Those who don't know, hi, hello, welcome to the channel. I swear I'm not this chaotic normally, I just have snacks. And this is like all I've eaten today. So we have a little thing where people can basically redeem a number of points on the Twitch side of the stream, and then I will pull from a D&D themed tarot deck to answer a question that they have, or just generally do like a little bit of a vibe check. And the art for these cards is amazing. I've always talked about how fantastic it is. They're like the proper like D&D, I guess like skills that you can use in the game, and those are like the suits of the different cards. So for example, you have like wisdom, intelligence, strength, and charisma, I believe. And the art is so pretty. So yeah, I usually do a quick shuffle and then draw one for someone. Chili Willy says so cool. It is! Also, Jordan says there's usually burning involved in a vasectomy, so just get your solder gun. Oh. Yeah, I have a match. Take it or leave it. Jerry says drive-by vasectomy. Jordan says oddly specific surgery choice. A lot of my friends are getting vasectomies because in this economy, why wouldn't you, you know? Also, Terry says Dice Legends have a couple of nominations as well, Best Villain and Legacy Twitch channel and fan art. They're the people I mentioned the other day that have a book of pre-made characters. Kickstarter launching soon. Oh, gotcha. It's all come together. I don't think I know them myself, but I don't think I know anyone else who's going up against them for Villain and Legacy Twitch channel as far as I'm aware. I'll check it out. I don't think you have to vote for every category as well. So if you're like, oh, this is a lot of content, I think you can just vote for the people that you're confident in and call it good. Don't quote me on that though. So I'm gonna do a quick poll from wherever feels nice in the deck, vibe-wise. This is feeling pretty good. And this is the moon. Holy shit. I don't think I've seen this one before. That's actually pretty solid. Is that I think it's like some variety of dragon. I think that's like crawling down something. Can you tell? I don't know. It might also be a bone devil or some shit. But the moon card, thankfully I don't have to translate these. It comes with a little booklet that I can use. So let's see. High Priestess, Hierophant, Chariot, Strength. Where is the moon? The moon. The moon. Facing and allowing deep-seated fears to dissolve in the light of your awareness. Remove words from the mind and breathe. Oh, so it's like mindfulness. It's like, hey, pick up, carry on. Oh my god, Maddie, you want me to do an improvised lore? I am writing a book and trying to expand on an NPC who is a child of Iris. Her current only point is her asshole boyfriend, which I hate. So, okay, I'm gonna break away from the typical improvised lore redeem and say, Oh wait, Matt says the moon means uncertainty, illusion, delusion, and the imagination. This seems a lot more positive than that, where it's like, hey, don't fall for delusion, just be confident in yourself sort of vibes. But also this entire deck is pretty positive leaning just in general, vibe-wise. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I do have proper tarot cards somewhere, but I'm hesitant to touch those because A, they're really fucking pretty and I like them a lot and I don't want to drop them in my computer or on my computer or in a pile of snacks. And I also am not qualified to read tarot cards very well, and I'm afraid I'm gonna offend someone. Maddie says I don't know what the improvised lore means. Oh shit, the improvised lore normally is where I take the whole like fucking story engine decks and like pull them out and do like a whole thing. It takes like 10 minutes. I think for, okay, explain that on an NPC who is a child of Iris. Her current only point is her asshole boyfriend, which I hate. Okay. What, I would have to know more about like Iris as a god. And I know she's the god of rainbows. Oh, our systems have noticed unusual, hello? It's not unusual, unusual fucking patterns? No, don't make me do a captcha on stream, how dare you? Okay, Iris is the goddess of the rainbow and a messenger of the gods, often associated with the goddess Hera. Speed, ability to travel on rainbows, often depicted with wings. So maybe the whole she's a runner, she's a track star vibe, like grew up in high school, always being like team captain when it comes to, not necessarily marathons, I would stay away from that, but maybe like 200-meter sprints or whatever the fuck. Maddie says ads. Oh God, Maddie's stuck behind an ad. Oh no, shit. Okay guys, someone feed me answers while Maddie's not here. She's gone for another 30 seconds. That, and I would say like, it's a little obvious to make the character gay, but maybe she has an asshole boyfriend because she's queer. And she's like, I shouldn't have to stand for this. Also, neither should any straight person though. Like, what the fuck? Cash Gal, thanks for gifting a sub to Maddie. I'm gonna up your number 6 over here to number 7. There we go. Lucas says BB to it. Maddie, are you here? Okay. Hello, hi. We were talking about potentially making it so that, and this is very on brand, right? Like that she, what, Paul the Map Guy says I was also banished to the Shadow Realm. Oh no, welcome back, Paul. I mean, the obvious thing is that she's gay. Happy Pride Month. But potentially we could go with someone who was like a track captain growing up, like full on specialized in sprints and things like that. I would say also consider taking the angle of, especially if this is like modern day, taking the angle of the messenger vibe and converting it to something like email. Like maybe she's a really solid hacker and uses like the whole information superhighway thing, the whole internet, in order to pass on messages. Something like that, perhaps. That's the direction I'm kind of thinking, is like really good at hacking, like really solid at particularly like email shenanigans, something like that. I don't know. That's a starting idea. Hopefully that helps a little. I don't know. The Bug says, oh my God, Diana, the Mason Thames, a hiccup in the live action How to Drain Your Dragon movie saw my art. Seriously? That's fucking cool. Holy shit. Maddie says, thank you. Yeah, sorry, can't be of more help, Maddie. I'm gonna snack some more. Dude, speaking of snacks. Okay, wait, hold on. Yeah, here we go. I was like, where did I put it? Hopefully it hasn't melted. It hasn't melted. Okay, also Paul the Map Guy says I require bear minimum energy. You must present me with at least the energy of a bear. Killer Mudkip is also here. Hello, hello. And Dirty Sant says nothing queer with the asshole boyfriend lore on day 2 of Pride. Yeah, we were also thinking about making her a lesbian, and she's like, I fucking hate this guy. Why do women stand for this? Like, this sucks. And then she eventually is like, oh, they don't have to. Potentially. Okay, let's see. Bella Lynn is also here. So this is the, oh no, it is melting. Oh no, oh God. Oh, this is gonna be a mess. This is the macadamia shortbread cookie that is covered in chocolate and also covering the inside of this wrapper. Here we are. It's only half covered in chocolate, so it's not the worst, but I'll take a little bite before moving on. Oh, it's like a thick layer of chocolate too. Pretty solid. The macadamia is pretty, everyone's talking about cocaine bear. Wait, Daniel says what kind of bear? Pandas and black bears are so very different levels of energy. And let's not forget about cocaine bear. Don't they actually have cocaine bear's like body stuffed and placed in some airport somewhere? I swear we looked this up at one point. We definitely looked this up at one point. I'd say this is pretty good. I think you kind of have to like chocolate because there's a lot more chocolate than I expected, and that is typical of a like cookie. Shortbread, Amazing. No notes, 10 out of 10. You can't really taste the macadamia nut, and there's not like macadamia nut chunks or anything. So I imagine it's kind of like pretty subtly worked in. So slight nutty flavor would be really good with like a macadamia vibe of coffee. Definitely like a coffee sort of cookie. I like it. Pretty solid. I'm gonna get all these away from my flaming hot computer. Cashcow said slight nutty flavor. That's what she said. That's what I'm here for, is the incredibly low-hanging fruit. That's what she said, jokes. Also, Polymap Guy says looks biscotti adjacent. It's better than airplane cookies for sure. Oh wait, hold on. Luke is just wanting us to start a poll. The best kind of bear: polar, grizzly, koala, panda, and then cocaine. I'm honestly kind of offended that hairy gay man is not on there considering it's Pride Month. So, DBC also said, yeah, Pablo Escobar is stuffed at the Kennedy, Kentucky for Kentucky Fun Mall in Lexington, Kentucky. Yeah, so Cocaine Bear was a real bear, just to be abundantly clear. Lucas says that is a fair criticism. Also, Savannah, hello. Okay, we have one other cookie to try, and then we're gonna go into chips, and then we're gonna go into candies. If that sounds like a good arc, like a solid trajectory for this sort of thing. The last one we have is the ube with coconut Hawaiian shortbread cookies, which is from Diamond Bakery. And it says that the serving size is 3 cookies, so I'm wondering how small these are. Again, I do love ube cookies. Oh, they're not that small. They're like, this is like 1 pack, 1 cookie. Nostra says I'd be a sloth bear. Also, Panda says, as my namesake, Panda needs to win. Okay, here we are. Ooh. So far, every single, like, item that we've seen has looked exactly like the packaging. And I respect the shit out of that. Like, they're not super deceptive in the slightest. This is pretty much exactly what it looks like. A little less vibrant, maybe, but it's an ube cookie. It smells very strongly like coconut, I would say. It leans heavy into the coconut vibes. Civic says, hi, Diana, sorry I haven't been around. No, welcome back. Good to see you, dude. Don't be sorry. Also, let's see. Dredan says, I live in Lexington. I've seen him. He is a bear. Did they like make the exhibit have him be surrounded by snow, like fake snow and shit like that? Or is it just a bear behind a glass thing? Night Frost says, what does ube taste like? What is a good descriptor of ube? Hold on. There's gotta be a way to, hold on. We're finding out. What does ube taste like? Okay. There's a purple yam. It says it tastes like, oh god. Oh, that actually doesn't, that's beef. I thought that was like something related to a dessert for some reason. I was like, hello? But it's very bright purple. This is just what it looks like. And it tastes like a sweet nutty flavor with hints of vanilla and pistachio. I don't taste a lot of vanilla in this, I will say. It leans heavy into the coconut, and it is a very nice texture though, I will say. It's like one of those cookies that melts in your mouth. Highly recommend. I think this is great. You do have to like vanilla, but it's not super strongly vanilla. It is more coconutty. And I know some people don't like coconut. I would say for the type of person who can't have coconut or like shaved coconut especially, maybe don't try this. But other than that, if you like ube, 10 out of 10. It's very easy to eat, I'll say. Paul says this is similar to taro. Taro tastes like it tastes more like Lucky Charms, I would say, more marshmallowy. And this is a little bit far from marshmallowy, more like, I would say nutty if I had to choose. But yeah. So it's like an adult version of taro, almost. It's like taro, but grown up and also purple. Jordan said that Cocaine Bear, Pablo Escobar, had a hat and a chain on, no powder on his face, but there was fake snow, cotton on the ground. Jesus Christ. I can appreciate their commitment. I also would like to say that my live has now been restricted thanks to the talk of Cocaine Bear over on TikTok, so whoopsies. Could be worse. Anyway, Mr. Max says I voted polar bear for my college mascot. Yeah, the bear poll is live. You can vote for polar bear if you want to, but there are other bears available. Also, Night Frost says I will try ube the next time I get the chance to. Trader Joe's usually has some ube stuff. But really good. I like that. I don't know what I would have it with. I feel like it'd go great on ice cream. It's really giving ice cream vibes. Oh no. How does this go back? I don't know how to close this again. We're just gonna set it over here. Definitely a top tier cookie. Okay. That was the last of the cookies. Paul the Map Guy says my number one bucket list item is to see the grizzly bears fishing in Alaska. Also, hi Dracon! Hello, hello! Saying hi, hello, good morning, afternoon, or evening. How's everyone doing? Have you guys seen The Truman Show recently? It's a really solid movie. Just rewatched it. Big Deb says it's open so you don't stop snacking. Wait, what's open? Oh, the cookies? Yeah, it was a trap the whole time. Dude, can you imagine if that's why cereal like bags don't reopen, is they just assume that you'll just keep eating it? Speaking of cookies and cookie-like substances, we're gonna move on to honey balls, and mostly because I'm really curious about this one. Honey balls seem to be like vanilla Reese's, not Reese's Pieces, the Reese's cereal. And it mostly just says that it's like potato starch, sugar, honey, milk powder. It looks like a lot of like wheat balls with egg and milk and honey. So in theory, it can't go wrong. Addison, Red Comet, hello, hello, welcome in, saying wow, you're gorgeous. Thank you. Big Deb says it opens but doesn't seal back. Reese's Pops. Thank you, Jarek. Exactly. Jesus, we had a three-way tie for the best bear for Pride Month. Polar bear, grizzly bear, and cocaine bear all tied. Jesus Christ. Villa Scriptor also says ube enables one of my favorite pickup lines. Who needs purple yams for sweets when I got ube? Jesus. Night Frost says it looks like roasted marshmallows. It does. I'm kind of hoping it tastes like roasted marshmallows once I can get it the fuck open. Hold on. I really just don't want to hurt my nails. Here we are. So. Whoa. It just smells like straight honeycomb, but like a little bit bready, if that makes sense. And it's very light. It's not super intense honey. Civic says when will I be seeing the slime sucking? I kind of want to leave it for last now, but this is a single honey ball. Streamer, I'm eating balls live on fucking Twitch, and you're complaining about not seeing enough sucking? Be patient. Oh, interesting. Okay, let me tell you what just happened. Essentially, you eat one of these. Incredibly dry, incredibly crunchy. It feels like eating, just like a ball of flour. Like a crunchy ball of flour, if that makes sense. And then you wait for a sec. You let it intermingle with your saliva, as one does, and then it starts to melt. And then it melts in your mouth and leaves like a layer of just like sweetness and honey and like a little bit of milkness. Which is really interesting. I feel like it'd be a textural nightmare for people who don't like, you know, texture changing things, but it's really good. I doubted it for the first couple seconds, but it was really solid. Yeah, it just like fully dissolves into powder, and then the powder kind of like mixes in and makes it just like sweetness. That's really wild. Also, Big Deb says should have a stream calorie counter. This can't be more than like a calorie. Oh, it doesn't say. Oh well. I think it's really good. Definitely would not recommend as a cereal though. If you eat too many of these at once, it'd be a lot. Also, Dethan, hi, saying almost a year. I'm a bad sub. Welcome back, Dethan. It's okay, I forgive you. Hello, hello. Dirty Sant says we're no longer saying wanna make out. Instead, we're saying wanna co-mingle our saliva. Ugh. Have you guys seen those videos of couples that will like spit gum into each other's mouths and things like that? I don't think I could ever. Like that's, Dethan, I put your name on the board, by the way. Welcome back, friend. Hello, hello. Yeah, I don't know. Also, Daniel says it sounds like someone accidentally made a crappy cereal and then realized that they just needed to rebrand. Honestly, kind of gives that vibe. It is very wheat-based, which makes me think they took cereal as like a starting spot. Also, Dethan says, yay, made the board. Yeah, welcome to Flavortown. Also, Jordan says, I'll do objectively worse things, but I won't do that. That's what Meatloaf was singing about. Oh god. Also, Dronane also says calories don't count on stream. I hope not. But we'll move on. Dude, we should go on. Speaking of ube and things like that, we're gonna move on to sweet potato chips. This has got me so curious because it's such a teeny little bag and it has exactly three ingredients. It's just sweet potatoes from Hawaii, canola oil, and salt. That's it. So it's unflavored. It's just like classic sweet potato, it says. And also it's really fucking shiny, so I kind of want to give it a shot. I do think it got a little crushed in transit. So I'm gonna do my best to find one that isn't insanely just like powder. Also, Paul, the map guy, says they're a place of origin for the honey balls. Yeah, they're from Hawaii. I can find out exactly, oh no, I can't. It's way the fuck over there. But if you look up Jade brand honey balls, you should be able to find it. But here it is. Here's the sweet potato chip. It is just straight up sweet potato. It honestly looks like something that they would sell at Whole Foods and then mark up to like $7 for a bag like this. So, but it smells good. I do like sweet potato. I am actually a bigger fan of those than normal fries, I will say. But cheers. That was really hard, I'm so sorry. I thought for a sec, I heard a horrific crunch, like an abnormal crunch. I thought a shard of it went into my gum in the spot where my wisdom tooth used to be. For those who are new here, I got my wisdom teeth taken out like less than 2 months ago. And so I was very scared. That's pretty good. It's really not salty, I will say. And like you can eat this entire bag and it's not a ton of calories if you care about that sort of thing. I'm personally not a calorie counter myself, not nowadays, but that's really solid. It's a very satisfying crunch too. I feel like it'd be really good to dip into any sort of like sour cream or like tzatziki sauce or something like that, like as a sort of like chip dip. Anything that's like creamy and light, 100% would love. It is very not salty though, so if you're a McDonald's French fry girly, this probably isn't your vibe, but I like it a lot. Dirty says, oh, that is a terrifying feeling when the pockets are still relatively tender. Yeah, they've narrowed to like slits, but there's still like just enough room where something could get in if it wanted to absolutely ruin my month. So I should be more careful than I have been. Crayhawk says, hi Diana, can I have some snacks please? Absolutely. Do you want ginger and garlic sweet potato chips or Korean barbecue potato chips? Let me know which, and we'll try that next. Paul says fast food joints are cowards for not having sweet potato fries. Yeah, dude, I love sweet potato stuff. I will always order sweet potato fries, especially if they have like fancy variants like sweet potato waffle cut fries and things like that. Crayhack says, do Korean barbecue, please? Absolutely. So next up is the 8 Bara's Korean barbecue potato chips. These are all fantastic snacks so far, by the way, DB. These slap. These are great. Let's see. Everything that we're seeing here, for the most part, now in this segment is gonna be from Hawaii, those wondering. Let's see. Dirty Santa says it's just the packaging alone. Those chips look like they would be busting. Yeah, I feel like the less effort, there's like a bell curve when it comes to packaging and packaging effort. This looks like it would be absolutely amazing to take out paddleboarding. And it smells, whoa. I wouldn't say it smells like Korean barbecue. It smells almost like, oh, I know that scent. It smells like meat though, I will say. Almost like, am I insane or am I just Mexican? Carnitas? Something went in my nose. Ugh, hold on. Daniel said, when I had my wisdom teeth taken out, they sewed up the holes completely with dissolvable stitches so I didn't have any food restrictions afterwards. I don't know why they don't do that for everyone. I don't know. They like said that they did it for like one of my tooth holes, but not all of them. But this is the Korean barbecue chip. Dirty Santa says it's giving you spent more on the product in the bag than the packaging and marketing. Exactly, yeah. Also, Nostra says they give you an I voted sticker when you're done with voting for the Crit Awards. Nice touch. They do? Oh, that's super cute. Okay, so here's the Korean barbecue flavored potato chip. Ooh. It's kind of giving the same vibe as like a normal barbecue chip, I would say, but more on the meaty side. It's not super spicy, not super spice filled, and it's very much like, and it's not like honey barbecue, I will say. It's not sweet. It's just like a meatier barbecue chip. And it's not overwhelming either. Like, you know how normal barbecue chips are like super densely spiced with like, I couldn't even tell you, paprika and shit like that. This is not like that. It's incredibly light, you know? A little on the oily side. Like, you can kind of see it sticking to my fingers pretty strongly, but I'm okay with that. I think that makes it amazing, honestly. I'm a big fan of oil. Ah. Really solid, very interesting. Steven says, I believe the other ones close naturally if you don't stitch them. Yeah, it just takes a very long time for your wisdom tooth holes to like close themselves. And it's really weird because it's like, it closes in almost like a puckering motion where it like starts to just kind of collapse in. And so you can feel it forming into just like a slit towards the end. Let's see, Paul says that the barbecue has a variety of ingredients, so it could smell like any manner of marinated meats. I think the marinade is probably like, yeah. It doesn't give seafood vibes though, it gives like beef. Like skirt steak, almost. Night Frost says, question Diana, what has been your favorite snack among the ones you've tasted so far? So far, I think that if not the barbecue chips, if we're putting chips into a completely different category, these passion fruit cookies are really fucking solid. Only because please focus. I just love passion fruit. Is it not gonna focus? Oh, please do. No, please. Please don't embarrass me like this. There we go. Passion fruit is one of my favorite flavors, so I absolutely love it. But yeah. Let's see. Vaden says, when did everyone start saying it's giving, and what does that mean? And am I old? It's giving means it's like evoking the same vibe as something else. So it's like, if you say that someone's outfit is giving Sabrina Carpenter, then it means it's giving the exact same vibe as a outfit that she probably wore in concert or in a, you know, music video or something like that. If I say it's giving desperate, then it's like, oh my god, what? Desperate vibes, you know? It's just vibes. But Paul the Map Guy says, hopefully none of these snacks take the opportunity for a crit. Oh god, with the fucking right in the weak spot too. Drodine says, I'm a big fan of oil. Quote from Diana, always knew she was pro big oil. Okay, hang on a fucking second. No one clipped that. EPA, if you're watching, I didn't say shit. I meant with regards to chips. The next of which is going to be ginger and garlic sweet potato chips. I don't think I've had ginger chips before. I think I've had chips with a ginger, perhaps at a barbecue somewhere, but not in edible form, I would think. EBC! It's giving the gas emote. Also, Yerba Dank says, now we know Diana's last name. Shady. Jesus. Also, Paul the Map Guy says, it's giving means it's reminiscent of. Yeah, that's a better word. It's like, it reminds me of this, you know? Also, Nostra wants me to hydrate. Good call. Yeah, here's a quick hydration to cleanse the palate. Jayhawk says, people used to say it's giving blank energy or vibes, and at some point it stopped being cool to add the last word to complete the sentence. Yeah, it started being redundant. There's a whole TikToker who goes on about like the way that social media and stuff like that has caused an evolution in how we speak, and how different like, you know, sayings and things like that came into being from primarily TikTok and whatnot, and how people would create new words like lit. And he does like a whole analysis and takes actual like scientific vocabulary evolution into consideration. It's super cool. I think he wrote a book called like Algo Speak, I think is the name of the book. I don't 100% know his name off the top of my head. That's Etymology Nerd. That's him, yeah! The guy with the glasses, right? Anyway, Nonster says, have to slink off to bed, enjoy the rest of the snackages. Yeah, we'll try the ginger and garlic sweet potato chips. I don't think I've had sweet potato chips outside of the ones that I've just had here, outside of like, you know, fancy pita chip brand companies trying to branch out into vegetable chips, you know? But, ooh. Whoa, okay, first of all, do you guys see that? Those are huge fucking slices. It doesn't smell like much, but I find that sweet potato chips they just aren't as aromatic in general. But like, none of these broke in transit. These are all like perfect circles. This is great. I'm not a huge fan of ginger, but I love garlic, so we'll see how this goes. Cheers. Oh. Oh, it's really good. Okay. It is sweet. There's like this slightest hint of salt at the very end to kind of balance out the sweetness, but it is very heavily on the sweet side. Like, I feel like it's giving like sweet ginger, sweet garlic. That's the sort of vibe we're leaning towards. A decent amount of fucking chip in here. Like, this entire bottom layer is just saturated with chip, and it's decently crunchy. I feel like this doesn't need dip the way that the other ones did. I think the garlic and ginger speaks for itself, but it's not overpowering. It's not like you're just eating a block of ginger or munching straight into like a roasted garlic bulb. It's just like sweetened, garlicky, slightly gingery. I don't even want to call it a chip. It really feels like a candy. I like it. I think it's good. This would be like a very, I imagine it's not actually guilt-free, but it feels guilt-free as like a guilt-free snack. Yeah, it doesn't even have that many ingredients. It's very like, very pure. I like it. Okay. Let's see. Daniel says, languages like to go in a cycle of shorthanding words and phrases in one era, then recombining the shorthand into longer words and phrases again, then rinse and repeat. I think that's fascinating. Honestly, Lucas also says I looked away for 10 seconds and I'm gonna assume she's eating turnip chips. Nobody correct me. They look the same. Dude, I knew someone, it was my dad, who could not stand beets. And I don't get it. I feel like beets aren't that bad. I've also had really good beet salad with like, what was it, ricotta? It might have been ricotta. Like beet and carrot salad with ricotta or something like that. And it was like so tasty. Lucas says, and remember, if the bag has no nutrition facts, it has no calories. This statement is not at all backed by the Diner of the Rose LLC. Please do not believe everything you see on the internet, especially here. Okay, we have a couple more. Cloak and Swagger, welcome in. Hello, hello. Also, Paul the Map Guy says, anytime I make Chinese style stir fry, I use lots of ginger and garlic. Good move, 100%. Okay, we have a couple more. I'm gonna arrange these in an order that I think makes sense in my head, and I'm gonna do the sour Skittles next. Now, these are not a Hawaiian snack, they are a Chinese snack that DB's sister brought back from a recent vacation. So thank you to DB's sister. Everyone say thank you, DB's sister. And like I mentioned before, these Skittles are supposed to be sour Skittles, but they're not actually sour coated, I believe. So unless it's just a different like packaging color, which would be very unusual for a brand worldwide to like have different colors in different countries, but we can give it a shot. Yeah, look at that. They just look like normal Skittles. You can kind of see them. What's everyone's favorite flavor of Skittle, by the way? Also, Luke just says, no one should ever believe me unless I offer things for charity. Also, Mirai says, totally off topic, have you seen the new Unearthed Arcana with the Scion class for D&D? I have seen people talking about it. So my friends are all chatting about it, making videos about it. I did not know much about the original Scion class in like, what was it, 2E? It was either 2 or 2.5 and then 3. But I don't know. I mean, if it actually comes out, because I know it's Unearthed Arcana is the thing, and they've done the Mystic class as Unearthed Arcana before and totally axed it. They've done Psionics before, and then they got rid of it and didn't actually implement it into the game. So I'm not getting my hopes up, but if they do put it out there, that'd be fucking sick. Here's the orange one real fast. We'll give it a shot. I'll let you guys know if it's similar to the normal orange Skittle. Oh, okay. It's delayed blast sourness. It's not as like immediately sour as like the fucking punch you in the mouth sour powder that gets all over everything, but it has the same delivery, where it's like, it's not all over your fingers and it's not immediate because of the candy shell, but once you bite into it, that's where the sourness comes from. Other than that, it tastes exactly like the sour Skittles that we have here, but like a little bit less sour, less immediate, and a lot cleaner. I like these a lot. I feel like we should have these here. I mean, not that I don't like the powdery stuff that we have here, but this is just neater. I don't know. And I won't get it like absolutely everywhere and in every cut that I've ever had ever. Paul the Map Guy says, I wonder if the sour powder is not allowed in some other countries. That's possible. I wish I could read this specifically. If anyone can read that, let me know. Cashel said a 4-minute warning until 6:30. No worries. I'll take my time. We only have 5 more snacks to get through, I think. And the next one is should be pretty easy because it's actually just pineapple gummy bears from Fruit Islands, Hawaii. Oh, Fruits of the Islands, Hawaii, which looks like a little candy company. So the pineapple gummy bears are just like gummy bears, but pineapple flavored. Very delightful packaging. Like, I've been wanting to open this one for a while. I just wanted to go through like a cookie, then chip, then candy, like character arc, I guess. I don't know, stream arc. Also Daniel said, if you heard it in Twitch chat, put it in the same category of repeatability as email forwards from that one family member. Oh God, I remember those. Ugh, I don't think I gave any of my current family members my current email, and I want to keep it that way. Like, ugh. Also, Daniel says the problem is every edition of D&D has psionics, or sorry, the problem that every edition has with psionics is how do you make it distinct from normal magic that validates having a completely standalone class? I mean, at that point, you can kind of say like, okay, well, what makes a wizard different from a sorcerer? You know, I think it has to do with, I mean, the difference is the source of magic, right? Psionics is kind of the same thing, and they have their own die that they can use that are like, what are they called? Energy dice, I think? So I feel like that is enough to make it different, and same with like what makes an Eldritch Knight different from a wizard and things like that is like, you just have different dice abilities. I wouldn't think about it too much, I just want to know if it's balanced or not, honestly, and like how they would actually, like what a recommended build or recommended flavor of a psionic character would be. Because you're right, otherwise it's just gonna sound like a wizard in a different font, and people can do that by just flavoring automatically. I wanna know in practice how it actually looks in a game, you know? So here's the pineapple gummy bear. I should have beheaded him. If I learned one thing from my animal classes in college is like how to appropriately, like ethically kill an animal. That was not it. Ooh. Ooh. That's really good. It is straight up just like pineapple. It's exactly what you'd think. When you think of like a pineapple soda, for example, Jarritos, it's that, but gummified. No deviations really. It's not overwhelmingly tart or anything like that. Jayhawk says, old school psionics were completely different. Like basically an entirely different system from spells. Anti-magic fields didn't affect psionics, for example. So I wonder if it has like, that's what I want to know is like, how does that translate? That's interesting. That's good to know. Because then that brings into question, well, what the fuck are mind flayers going to be in 5.24 if we introduce psionics into player characters but not have a way to integrate them into monsters? Because as written, mind flayers are psionic creatures, as are the Gith, right? So like, are we going to create a whole new magic system? And if so, how far does that extend? Is it just to characters by giving them some special dice and calling it good? Because if that's it, just reflavor the fucking wizard. It's fine. Like, no one's going to blame you guys. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Anyway, pineapple gummy bears, they're exactly like the pineapple Jarritos, but in gummy flavor. Highly recommend, would make a great plain snack. Holy shit, I don't know about you guys, but if you have a default plain snack, mine always was gummy bears growing up. We'd have like little Ziploc bags full of them that my mom would give us. 10 out of 10. Speaking of gummy snacks, the other one that we have is also pineapple flavored. It's mini 3D gummy pineapples. These are the ones, Paul the Map Guy says, reflavor the wizard as pineapple. Yeah, the sex scenes get really like intimate and weirdly descriptive in those ones. Do you guys ever hear that thing where if you like drink pineapple juice, it makes your fluids taste better? I've yet to experiment personally. Oh, geez. Oh, wild. Okay, so these are like, it says mini 3D gummy pineapples, and they are actually 3D. Like, they full on look like those, those like paper craft pineapples that you just like pop up and that you hang from the ceiling of your house during a tropical themed party. Like I said before, they look like those air fresheners that you have in your bathroom, but it doesn't smell like anything. Paul the Map Guy says, damn it, not what I meant, but I love it. They're very colorful too. Like, this is the most vibrant thing that came in the package. Keshka said it's D&D is just wizards and then everyone else is dabblers. Goodness. Oh, it's melty. I think it's only melty because the room is really hot. Interesting. It's a lot lighter than the gummy bears. It's easier to chew through, easier to tear through. It's also not as pineapple flavored. It's not as intense. It's a very light pineapple flavor of the same variety, if that makes sense. I feel like this would be a nightmare for anyone who had braces though, because it does stick to your teeth quite a bit. But not bad. Oh yeah, it's not that many calories either. So overall, not bad. I think they're definitely something that I would give to someone who's like, who wants to have the feeling of going into the Feywild and eating like a Fey gummy candy, but they don't want like the full-on commitment of having an intensely powerful flavor. I know we're just talking about D&D stuff now, that's why I went into that particular tangent. Daniel says if they're gonna add a completely new class via non-partnered content to D&D Beyond, I just feel bad for the 2 remaining developers WotC has locked in a basement in Seattle trying to keep that jerry-rigged codebase working with hope, tears, duct tape, and prayers to Omniziah. At this point, I don't know shit about D&D Beyond. I can't comment on their current abilities. I remember talking to someone at, was it East, who was one of the original team members for D&D Beyond back in the day before it was sold. And it was really cool to talk to them, honestly. Paul the Map Guy says, does it taste more like real pineapple, like less artificial? No, actually, it tastes a little bit more artificial, but it's light enough that you don't really, it doesn't taste like plastic or anything, but it is a little bit less real, if that makes sense. Good question. Yeah. Your Butt Dank also says 3D is an interesting description to be in the name of the candy. It'd be more impressive if they somehow made truly 2D candy. Oh yeah, where it's just like a razor thin like wafer. Do you guys remember? Oh my god, I don't have time for this tangent, but it's fine. What are they called? Nico wafers? Necco wafers. It's 2 C's. Where this company that creates like old school candies had these wafer looking things that were like basically like communion wafers, but fucking with the illusion of being candy. And they had like chocolate, and they had like various, you know, they say that like there's a chocolate one, a lime one, a licorice one, clove, which is crazy to give kids, lemon, orange, cinnamon, and wintergreen. Mind you, these were all mixed together. You could have orange just as easily as you could have one that tasted like fucking clove. Yeah, Paul the Map Guy says less flavor than a stick of chalk. These things were awful. Terrible, horrible, 0 out of 10. Would rather actually eat a communion wafer and get baptized, and that's saying something. I will say, like, visually though, it's a cool idea. But who the fuck has clove in the same package as lime? You know? Anyway, Lucas says, random, remember, you'll never be a disappointment to your parents. Dad, 135 people watch me eat pineapple gummy bears for a couple hours. Oh shit, there's a lot of you here. Hi, hello. I am also gonna be on the Pride Shelf this month, by the way, so you might see random influxes of people coming in and saying hi. Please be welcoming, please be nice, tell them happy Pride on the way in. But yeah, I'm gonna be on the Pride Shelf for the month of June, in addition to the Latin Luminarias Shelf, so really hitting all the diversity markers here. Next up, we have Squeezin' Bites that come in a heart-shaped cup and are they're supposed to taste like lychee. It says it's fat-free, cholesterol-free, pasteurized. I don't know what needs to be pasteurized in it, but I'll go for it. And I will say these are little heart-shaped cups that they come in. Sorry, I gotta do the ASMR thing. And then you're supposed to, it says to squeeze and like bite it or suck it, and you're supposed to open on this side. On the inside, it looks like there's not just like the gel itself, but also floating bits of what I am assuming are denser lychee? Paul says, yes, I fuck with lychee so hard. Yeah, right? Also, someone said, is it pronounced lychee or lychee? I've actually heard it both ways. I don't know which it is. I worked at a bubble tea shop that sold lychee slash lychee. Did not, like, even the owners had no fucking clue. Also, hello to Brendito Burrito. Hello, hello, welcome back. Let me toss you in down here. Brendito. Burrito. Is there a number there? No, you're just, there we go, normal burrito. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the follow at Tier 1. It's lovely to have you back. Also, Vaden says, what is a shelf? So if you go to the homepage of Twitch, let me see if it'll let me do it. Goodness, twitch.tv. So there are a couple different, these are shelves basically, where it says like, oh, here's what's live right now. Here's categories that we think you'll like. And then shelves for different types of streams, you know, different types of activities and whatnot. And there's gonna be one called the Pride Shelf. And it's usually up at the top. They did the same thing for Latin Luminarias in Latin Heritage Month back last year, I wanna say. And so it'd be like one of these things where you show up basically on the front page of Twitch and become, you know, one of the big folks. Either that or it'll show you in the carousel, but I think the carousel is a little bit more like custom to who you are and what you watch, so. ABCD says, in a world filled with biphobia, you being bi makes me like you so much more. Happy Pride, Diana. Yeah, I don't talk about it that much. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like it becomes very quickly like a joke when you're a D&D player where it's like you're just hitting on anything that moves. But so I don't know. But yeah, IRL Diana is in fact bi. Paul says, I think lychee or lychee are both acceptable pronunciations. And your bed tank says, I heard someone pronounce it licky once and I couldn't tell if he was fucking with me. Oh god. Okay, so it says bite and squeeze. Or squeeze and bite. But I think I'm supposed to actually open it first. I'm assuming. Or am I supposed to squeeze it? I don't want to squeeze it all over my computer. Hold on. Lychee is Hawaiian pronunciation as well as close to the Asian pronunciation. Lychee is the American pronunciation. Okay, well I like lychee better anyway, so I'm gonna go with that one. Unless it's appropriation, in which case, whoops. Lucas says, in D&D, you're either gonna hit on everything that moves or hit attack everything that moves. There's very little middle ground. Indeed. Oh, okay. I got it open, slightly. Let's see. How are you supposed to... Well... Okay, you do in fact just like squeeze it into your mouth and the softer lychee, the like lighter stuff, is just straight up gelatinous, almost like unset jello. And it tastes like lychee, but not very strongly. When you get to like these white bits here, which you can kind of see floating around, those are a lot more dense and a lot more flavorful. So it's almost like two variants of lychee or lychee in the same like cup. It's not bad. I feel like this would slap as like a topping on some boba, and I have stuff to make boba at home, so maybe I'll just like hold on to it as a little sweet treat, a little something to just have at the desk. I also feel like I could choke on it though if I like squeeze it too hard. Take that out of context and slap it on my Hinge profile. That's the third to last thing. Paul the Map Guy says, oh my god, I get lychee jelly in my boba all the time. Yeah, it's really good. I feel like it's really good with fruit teas in particular. I feel like if you're gonna do it with like a milk tea, I question your decisions a little bit. You should just go with the tapioca, especially if you're... Hi, TK! Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. How was work? I'm assuming you were working. Guys, everyone say hi to TK Breezy, lovely friend. I should be doing this shout out thing more often. Oh my god, hold on. Wonderful human being will be hopefully at TwitchCon, I'm assuming. It'd be crazy not to. We're doing a food stream right now, hence the innuendos. We're just about at the end of it though. One thing that we have to try is Li Hing powder packets, which, like I said before, for those who missed it from earlier, are like basically almost like the Hawaiian equivalent of Tajín, but it's made with prunes, which is interesting. So we'll see how it goes. We have the actual straight up powder. I will not be snorting it, please don't ask. There's that, and then there's also like a candy that they make from it that has been gifted to me as well. So we'll kind of try it in both forms. Tika says, hi, DreamCon stuff was fun. Oh shit, you were at DreamCon? Dude, so many of my friends were there. Back home now though, so time to big chill and see what my friends are doing. Hello, we're making mistakes mostly on the internet that lasts forever on my account that is very much tied to my identity. Nightfrost says with prunes. Yeah, it says prune, salt, sugar, licorice, saccharin, aspartame, and then 2 kinds of dye. So the red is not natural. Let me see. If anyone has recommendations as to what to add this on top of, my Latin ass says to do it on top of mango, but I feel like I don't want to try and get a hold of a mango right now in this economy. We'll just try the straight powder for right now though. I'm assuming watermelon is also a valid option given that they have watermelon candy, but we'll see. Nightfrost says, I wonder how that tastes. We'll find out. I really don't want this to go all over my computer. On a coconut, says Nightfrost. Ooh, that's an option. Okay, we're just gonna tap a little bit of this out. It is so bright orange. Jesus fuck. So there it is. It really looks like a more powdery Tajín. Cheers. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa, what the fuck? Chat, I don't know if I can describe this one. It definitely doesn't taste like prunes. Or maybe I've had the wrong prunes. It also doesn't taste like Tajín. The salt and the sugar is a very interesting mix, and it tastes... almost like orange. I don't know if it actually tastes like oranges or if I'm being psychologically tricked by the fact that it is fluorescent fucking orange, but it's really fucking interesting. DBC said Li Hing Mui, or Li Hei Moi, is a Chinese salted and dried plum. This powder is mostly just a crushed and powdered form of it. You can taste the salt for sure. It almost tastes a little bit like a... It's giving buttercream vibes, and I don't know if that's just me or if that's because the buttercream that they sell at my local bakery is just like wildly sugar-filled and toxic, that it just kind of gives that same energy. But it tastes like buttercream, but like really fake buttercream almost. And I think maybe my taste buds are fried because I don't think that's what it's supposed to taste like. Hold on, we gotta find a... I can't describe this, and I'm usually okay at describing flavors. Let me get this off my hand so I can look it up. How the fuck I'm supposed to be able to say what this tastes like. Li Hing Mui powder. What does it taste like? It doesn't have a Wikipedia page. Taste. What does it taste like? Google. Google, show me this plum. Okay, it's a blend of sweet, salty, and tangy flavors. That's like 3 of the flavors. What do you mean? Okay, here we go. Here it is without all the dyes. Made from ground plum skin. So it's specifically the skin that has previously been pickled in a combination of licorice, red food coloring, salt, sugar, and occasionally aspartame or saccharine. It can be used as a flavoring, usually sprinkled on candy and other fruits. Notably, pineapples, mangoes, guavas, and apples. Ooh, guava would slap. People add it to shave ice, sour candy, rock candy, popcorn, fruit, and arare. Which is a type of cracker. People have also been putting it in alcoholic drinks like tequila and cocktails. Oh, dude, this would be a great rim on a cocktail. Holy fuck, that's such a good idea. I will say, if you don't like licorice, it doesn't taste like licorice at all. I think you're safe on that front. Really, it's like the salt and sugar and like tanginess that kind of takes over. Yerba Dang says we don't know what this taste is, but it ain't umami. We can also try the candy and see if that kind of clarifies it. This is the most likely to succeed, pun intended, watermelon coated candies. DVC said it do be the Hawaiian cultural equivalent of tahini. So I imagine anything that you could throw tahini on, this would work on. So we throw tahini on like corn though. I don't know if it would work on corn so much, but we can, I'll give it a try and come back. But like, yeah, exactly what you said, Paul. Margarita rim would 100% be my go-to. So here's the little watermelon candy. Oh, there we go. So we'll try this last before I have to skedaddle. Claytonia said these foodies are such freaks. Yeah, I bet you do like to say, ooh, mommy, you harlot. That's really good. I like that joke a lot. Okay. But yeah, no, it's not spicy at all. Oh. The watermelon one kind of is? Which is weird, maybe it's different brands. But the watermelon candy covered with it still just tastes almost like, yeah, like a sweeter, a little bit more sour, honestly, tahini. It's got a little bit of spice in the same way tahini does. Tastes a lot less like the salty, sweet, tangy, not umami bullshit that I can't describe. It tastes a lot more like tahini, I will say. So maybe it's just a combination thing. I mean, these are also originally sour watermelon candies, so I imagine that also kind of tilts it more towards the flavor of like tanginess and like, you know, interactions with your tongue in a way that you're not, you know, maybe it's fucking with it in that sort of sense. Not 100% sure, but I like it a lot better when it's mixed with something. I mean, I imagine that's how it's intended. You're probably not supposed to just raw dog these little packets, but you know, I had to. For science. Speaking of for science, thank you so much for being here, you guys. Once again, before we head off, I will remind you that the Crit Awards voting is live. So, Steven says you're struggling so hard. I'm also tired. And this is why I don't eat before streams. It's like, I swear to God, eating slows my brain down so much. And I just can't describe this. I should have started with it. Honestly, it's really hard to describe already. Claytonia says I was introduced to Li Hing Mui on shaved ice with sweetened condensed milk. Oh, that sounds really good. Maybe I should shave some ice. But they might have it as an option on my local shave ice cart. ABCD also says interactions with tongue and fucking happy pride. Jesus. Anyway, be sure to vote in the Crit Awards, and before you vote, make sure that you're actually taking a look at who you are. Oh, not that. Here we go. Who the finalists are. There are links provided to all of their content, so you can actually check it out for yourself before you make a decision. Maddie's in here. I'm in a one-shot that's in here. Click around and find some of your favorites. Let me know how, you know, when you voted, I guess. They give you a little I voted virtual sticker, it sounds like, which is the cutest thing. And results will be announced later on in the year. So beyond that, Drodane says lots of moments to clip for tonight. Oh god. Also, Danielle said, where did For Science come from? I use that way too much to not know. I don't think it's originally from Portal, but I think it's been co-opted for various things, especially in like the gamer community because of the Portal pathway. But I'm pretty sure GLaDOS says something about something being For Science, because, yeah, a little tongue-in-cheek. As we finish up this taste test stream, let me see who's on so I can send you to a friend of mine. Ooh. Offbeat has been playing Night Rain for, God, like 6 minutes. So if we wanted to get right into the beginning of a stream, we could go say hi to him. Let's see who else is on. Ooh, ooh. You know what? No, I'm gonna send you guys to, oh man. Oh shit, okay. I need a vote. Do I send you guys to Offbeat or do I send you to Flame Goat? Because Flame Goat is playing Tainted Grail, which I've been fucking playing for so long. I've been binge playing it. I'm so sorry, chat. I went off and played it without you because I really wanted to play it. It's one of my favorite games ever. Offbeat? Okay, let's do Offbeat. Because we haven't said hi to him forever. I like Goat, says Claytonius. Oh no. Oh god. Offbeat's just started, so let's go say hi to Offbeat. And we'll say hi to Flame Goat next time. But the cool guy, hello, welcome in. Also, Lord Drunken Badger, good to see you. Sorry you guys are coming in right at the end, but I will see you guys again tomorrow at 5 o'clock Pacific time for some chat about tabletop games, as well as playing some games of our own. In the meantime, say hello to Offbeat, and yeah, say hi to him. Go harass him. Go ask him to say something incredibly confidently and dare him to do it without mansplaining, and I guarantee his brain's gonna shut off. In the meantime, I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.